Hello! Today I'm going to be teaching you about Naruto Uzumaki. This is Naruto Uzumaki. This is a picture of him that I drew. I just traced it off of the computer because I can't draw by myself, but I can trace. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about Naruto Uzumaki. If you ever heard of the show Naruto, you may want to watch it after this explanation. I'm so excited to talk to you about this because I love anime. I love everything about it. It's eye-opening, the storytelling. I love everything about it, from the storytelling to the character development. It's just really good to watch, so I can't wait to explain Naruto to you. So Naruto Uzumaki grows up in the village called the Leaf Village, and in this village you have all different kind of ninja. So you have those who are Shinobi, and then you have Jonin, and you have different levels that you progress to depending on how good of a ninja you are, okay? So now Naruto specifically, who is the main character of this show, he is special because he was an orphan because his parents passed away trying to protect him. So he was an orphan who has a nine-tailed fox beast sealed inside of him. Okay? And you may ask, what is where did the nine-tailed fox come from? So basically, the nine-tailed fox actually derives from a 10-tailed beast. And what happened is there was basically a founder. In Naruto, you have what's called chakra. In a lot of anime, you'll hear the term chakra, which is basically the energy that you harbor inside of yourself that can really amplify your abilities. So the founder of chakra, or the first person who used chakra, was known as the Sage of the Six Paths. And what happened is he merged with a tree called the God Tree, and the power was so great that it developed a 10-tailed beast. And he tried to seal the 10-tailed beast inside himself, but he couldn't because it was too strong. So then he decided to split it into 9 tails. So that's why you have the 1 tail, 2 tails, 3 tails, all the way up to the 9-tailed beast. You have all different types of tails on the beast. So Naruto has the 9-tailed beast, and it's referred to as Kurama, I believe. Yes, Kurama is the name for the 9-tailed beast, and it's a fox. Okay, so it's a 9-tailed fox, and it was sealed away inside Naruto. Okay, so his family, so Naruto's father was the 4th Hokage, and the Hokage, basically, how we have presidents in America. So the Hokage is the leader of the village, okay? So his father was the 4th leader of the village, and he passed away trying to protect Naruto from a 9-tailed beast, and he ended up losing his life over it. The mother lost her life over it, and his father ends up splitting the beast chakra in half, and then he has half of the chakra inside of himself, and he puts the other half inside of Naruto. Now, unfortunately, the father did pass away because he couldn't handle the chakra of the 9-tailed fox. However, Naruto was able to maintain the power inside of him, and that's why he's known as a jinchuriki, because the jinchuriki are those who possess a beast. So there are those who have one of those 9 beasts inside of them. They're sealed away inside of them with a seal, and that's what makes them a jinchuriki, because they have a beast inside of them. Now, you would think, wow, he has a beast inside of him, In this generation, he'd probably be seen as a hero or someone cool, But in the village, they actually casted Naruto out. They casted him out, and he was alone all of his life, and he was looked down upon. They shunned him, they shamed him for being a jinchuriki, when this was really out of his control. And the irony of it all is that he did it to help the village. So it's really crazy how they just turned their backs on him, when the reason he had it sealed inside himself is to help the village. But the good news is, as Naruto grows up, he ends up finding people who actually appreciate him and actually see that he's beneficial rather than being such a burden to the village. And Naruto has so many good traits. I mean, he's known for he usually says a phrase. If you watch it in English dub, it's known as it'll be, believe it. He'll say, believe it. His biggest dream is to be Hokage. So, as I told you, there's different Hokages, the leaders of the village. He wants to be the next Hokage, whatever that may be. He wants to be the next one. So he says, believe it. I'm gonna be Hokage. You better believe it. With anything he does, he's like, believe it. I'm gonna do this. I'm determined. Believe it. Okay. Another way it's referred to is as datebayo. Datebayo, which is datebayo. It's like believe it, but in Japanese. You can hear it if you watch it in the English sub. You may see it as datebayo, or you can hear it as believe it. Okay. And another thing about him is he has so many different kinds of jutsu that he uses. He has the shadow clone jutsu, which is basically where he makes different clones of himself. And the coolest thing about his clones is that as he progresses and his chakra develops, that energy inside of him, as it develops, he finds himself making multiple tens of thousand clones at once without needing to use so much chakra. So that's something he does get good at as well. And the cool thing about them is one clone can be drinking coffee. One clone can be drinking coffee, the other clone could be eating a sandwich. It's like they can do different things, but they all stem from him, and it's like the shadow clone jutsu. So that's something he's really popularly known for. There's also his Rasengan, which is something that he gets taught later on in the series from his other he's one of the legendary Shanin. He's one of the legendary Sanin. His name is Jiraiya. Naruto refers to him as the pervy sage because he is a pervert. He learns about the Rasengan, which is another powerful thing. It's like a ball of chakra that he wields. And what he does is really unique is he uses his shadow clone to form the ball of chakra with the shadow clone, and then he yells Rasengan and then throws it at the enemy, and it's really powerful. It can create a hole through the chest of the enemy, so that's really fascinating. And then the nine-tailed fox that's within inside of him really does help to amplify his chakra when he calls on it. So he also uses the nine-tailed fox, but normally if it's an emergency or something really dire, that's when he uses the nine-tails chakra. Okay? But he's very stubborn as far as his personality goes. He's very, very stubborn. He doesn't listen to his senseis, which are like his teachers. He doesn't listen to them. He always wants to prove someone wrong. He's always quick to prove someone wrong. He's always quick to be the first one there. And he doesn't like to be doubted because he really does everything to prove to you that he knows what he wants. But another thing about the Naruto that I love is that he is also a great friend. He's really loyal, and he doesn't give up on his friends. So that's another important quality about Naruto. As he's growing up and he's trying to become a ninja, he goes to a ninja academy, which is where we meet all the other characters that we love in Naruto, like Rock Lee, Sakura, Sasuke, I already said Rock Lee, sorry, I love Rock Lee. He meets all these different, he meets Gaara, which is someone from a different village. He's from the Sand Village. So we meet all these different people in this ninja academy, okay? And Iruka is the first sensei that he had. So this is the sensei that doesn't give up on Naruto. He believes in Naruto's purpose and he shies away from everyone. Another thing about the nine-tailed fox being sealed within Naruto is that this is an unspoken known. So it's forbidden to say that Naruto is a jinchuriki. So we went over Iruka Sensei. We also have Konohamaru. So Konohamaru is this little kid. It's like a mini Naruto. He literally wants to be just like Naruto. He looks up to him. He sees him as his older brother, and he gets inspiration from Naruto. So Konohamaru is a little kid. It's so cute because he even has his own little squad. So like a replica of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. I'm going to talk about Sakura and Sasuke later, but Naruto's two best friends, the closest friends he has, are Sasuke and Sakura. Those are the ones that he's with often because they're a part of the team. It's Team Kakashi. So Kakashi is another sensei that Naruto has, and he teaches Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto basically a lot of things that they know about being ninja so that they can get better. Okay, so Konohamaru is this little kid that looks up to Naruto. So to be like Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, he ends up getting two little henchmen and hench girl to help him replicate the same team that Naruto has. It's really cute. Also, as you know, I don't know if you've seen, there's like these t-shirts of Naruto and he'll be eating a big bowl of ramen and slurping it up. That big bowl of ramen, he'll like slurp up ramen. And the reason why he does this is because he loves ramen. And actually in the Lee village, there is an owner. There's a man that runs the Ichiraku Ramen. That's what it's called, the restaurant that Naruto goes and he enjoys ramen at. He becomes very acquainted with the owner and his daughter Ayame, and he visits them. It's kind of like his thing. So after every battle, after every lesson he has, he goes and he enjoys a bowl of ramen. He can have ramen for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a snack. He loves ramen so much. So now we're gonna go over the other ninja that Naruto meets and makes friends with. So we have Shikamaru, which is basically one of the more laid back characters in this show. He's often saying, "What a drag." He's like, what a drag, because life is just so mundane, it's so boring, he does the same thing every day. He honestly relates a lot to all of us that work 9 to 5s, and we're really over this. So I think we all have a Shikamaru inside of all of us, because it really can be a drag. We have Choji. Choji is known for enlarging parts of his body, so he has this ability to enlarge parts of his body when he fights. fights, and I think that's super interesting. He's kind of like a teddy bear, but that can enlarge, kind of like him. Think of Hulk, similar to Hulk or Sandman kind of thing. Like Choji is really cool too. And then there's Kiba, and he's known for fighting with his dog Akamaru, and they basically have a pack together. So it's not like this guy and he has a dog. He actually has a close relationship with his dog, so they're more so partners. It's not a pet and an owner, but they're more so partners. They do a lot of combo moves together, so they're that's wonderful. Then we have Sakura. And Sakura, there's a little debate about Sakura. A lot of people think that Sakura is kind of a weak link in Naruto, and especially in Baby Naruto. Baby Naruto, when I say Baby Naruto, it's basically the first part of Naruto. So, of course, there's multiple seasons, but it's like the first section of Naruto before you go to the sequel, which is basically Naruto. Yeah, so there's Baby Naruto, and then there's Naruto Shippuden, and that's how you watch them. And there's some movies in between as well. So you have the regular Naruto, and then you have the movies in between, and then you have Naruto Shippuden, which is when he gets older. So Naruto is just when he's younger. Naruto Shippuden is when he gets older. Okay, so as I was saying, they think that Sakura is a bit of a weak link because she doesn't really offer too much, We're gonna talk more about him later, but Sasuke, one of Naruto's close friends, he sees Sasuke as a brother, basically. He has the Sharingan because he's from the Uchiha clan, which is a clan that possesses a power called the Sharingan, and it's where they have commas in their eyes, and depending on the amount of commas you have, that depends on the level, that demonstrates the level of the Sharingan that you're using. So he has that ability, and then Naruto has the nine-tailed fox inside of him, and then just honestly, him being a member of the Uzumaki clan, because it's Naruto Uzumaki clan, his mother's clan, are really known for harboring strong chakra. So even outside of having the nine tail, he has strong chakra naturally. But then Sakura, she doesn't really have much going for her in the beginning. In the beginning of the series, she's kind of very fixated on Sasuke. She wants to know everything that Sasuke is doing. Sasuke. She's not trying to find anything within herself. She just wants to know about him because she's all about a boy. But you'll see as you progress towards seeing Naruto Shippuden that she does really have a lot of growth that I think you'll appreciate, so that's really cool. But in the beginning, Sakura she needs some work. Other characters that Naruto comes across are Might Guy, which is the sensei for Rock Lee, Neji, and Tenten. Those are four other characters. You got My Guy, Tenten, Neji, and Rock Lee, and then they're in their own team as well. And My Guy is basically a taiju specialist. He can also use the 8 gates, which is when he opens different gates of chakra inside of himself, and it's very dangerous because it takes an immense amount of chakra to do this. It's really straining on the body, so it's very important that he only does it when he absolutely needs to, or it could be very fatal. And then we have Rock Lee, which is Guy's student. He's basically like Guy's son, but Rock Lee, I love Rock Lee so much. Naruto calls Rock Lee Bushy Brow because his eyebrows are so thick, so you may hear him be referred to as Bushy Brow or Rock Lee. Okay, and he has weights. One thing that's very surprising about Rock Lee is that he also doesn't give up. He has weights. He actually has heavy ankle weights under his ankle sweats, the little sweatbands around his ankles. So he's not even really fighting you at his full capacity with those ankle weights on. So when he takes them off, he's like light as a feather bouncing around. Another thing about Rock Lee is he has something called the drunken fist. So when he gets really drunk off of I think it's sake, he turns into the drunken fist, and so he's fighting, and it's crazy because his moves are even better than when he's sober. So everyone says beware of the drunken fist. That just means that Rock Lee. And then it's also like a thing. It's an actual thing. Like the drunken fist is an actual thing in the culture as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then you also have Kakashi Sensei, and Kakashi is basically the teacher of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Okay, and an interesting little side note about Kakashi is that he is the son of the White Fang. And if you don't know the lore behind the White Fang was one of the most prominent ninja in the Leaf Village. Okay, and he had a chakra that was a color of white, and when he would use it, it would look like a slash or like a claw or a fang. So they would call him the White Fang. And he was so powerful. He was even thought to be stronger than the legendary Sannin. So the legendary Sannin, they're not Hokages, but they're like basically right underneath the Hokage. So they're like these ninjas that are prominent and they're well known throughout the village because they're so advanced. And within the legendary Sannin, you do have Orochimaru, you have Tsunade, and then you have Jiraiya, or the Pervy Sage, as Naruto calls him. Those are the three legendary Sannin, but the White Fang was known to be perhaps even better than the legendary Sannin. So basically, he should have been one of the legendary Sannin, but he didn't get the credibility that they did, and you'll see why right now. So the White Fang was sent on a mission. He was sent on a mission with his comrades, and the mission went left, so they had to abort the mission. And instead of going in regardless and finishing it, he decided to withdraw to save his teammates. And when he returned home, what they had for him was being banished. They banished him and they shunned him because he didn't complete the mission. And when I was reading into this, I was like, this sounds very familiar. It sounds very familiar to Yorichi. I was like, this sounds very familiar to Yorichi because Yorichi is from a different, he's from a different anime. It's called Demon Slayer. I love that one too. But Yorichi is basically the sun breather. He's the founder of all type of breathing. He's the founder of it. So he originated sun breathing, was the first breathing, which was the first breathing form, and then all these other, the wind breathing, the water breathing, all of that stems from sun breathing. Okay, so that's sun breathing is the foundation. So this Demon Slayer was amazing. And if you've watched Demon Slayer or you know about it or read the manga, there's Muzan Kibutsuchi, and Muzan is fearful of Yorichi because the last time they fought, he cut Muzan up into millions of pieces, and he almost killed him, but he survived. He goes back to the Demon Slayer Corp, and they banish him as well. They also banished Yorichi because he didn't finish the job, even though they had never come anywhere near the amount of precision that Yorichi did when he cut up Muzan like like that, they never came anywhere close, but they still banished him, still shunned him, just like they did the White Fang. So I thought that was a very interesting parallel. But as for White Fang, unfortunately, it got to him being banished. It got to him, and so he ended up taking himself out because it got to him. You know, you put so much effort into people and then they just still turn their back on you. It's like, why did I save you to begin with? Why did I help you to begin with? So he took himself out, and Kakashi was very young when this happened, so he was just left alone. No father. But yeah, that's a little backstory of the White Fang and Kakashi. The White Fang's morals, he was very down to earth, always wanting to help others and prioritize his teammates over the mission. And that really lives through Kakashi, prioritizing, trying to help his teammates rather than just prioritizing the mission all the time. Okay? And then I also wanted to talk to you about the Uchiha clan. So the Uchiha clan is basically the clan that Sasuke is from, and their power is tied to their heart and their emotions. So it makes them even more powerful because it's tied to their emotions. And their comma shaped eyes are based on the stage of the Sharingan. Okay, so there's different stages. So you have the normal Sharingan, then you have the Mangekyo Sharingan, and then you have the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Okay, so when you're using the Sharingan, it takes on an immense amount of chakra from you, and the eyes can become strained. The more it's used, the eyes will start to go dark, and you'll eventually enter blindness. So it's very important not to overuse the Sharingan because it can take that effect. Another thing is that Kakashi actually has a Sharingan, so not in both of his eyes, it's in only one eye. He has a Sharingan. So he's known as the copy ninja because he has a Sharingan to see chakra, and it has the ability to predict your movements before you do them. So it's really dangerous if someone knows all of that on you. And I forgot to mention someone that's important as well. I was speaking about Guy Sensei and his team. There's also Neji and Tenten. So I got distracted talking about Rock Lee that I forgot to talk about Guys, and I forgot to talk about Neji and Tenten. So Neji is able to use the Barakugan. So like the Sharingan, it can see chakra, but it can the Barakugan can actually see the pathway of chakra throughout the body, so it knows where your chakra is being used throughout your body. And then also he has like a 360-degree vision, so he can see pretty much everywhere, and he can see, that's why he's able to detect enemies from afar. Another thing is that he has I believe they're cousins. Hinata is related to Neji. They're both from the same clan that can use the Barakugan, and they're able to actually hit your chakra points. So they hit your chakra points and they stop your chakra flow. And what happens if you stop the chakra flow is that you can no longer give as much power as before, if anything at all. So that's the difference between the Barakugan and then the Sharingan. And then Tenten, she's just basically a weapon master. She's able to use all different kinds of weapons, and that's her thing. But that was the difference between those two. So basically, those are the three different stages, and we were talking about how it can lead to blindness. So there is a cure though when it comes to the Sharingan leading to blindness. So if the person going blind transplants the Mangekyo. Remember I told you the second stage was the Mangekyo Sharingan. If they transplant the Mangekyo eyes of a close relative, their vision returns and they become stronger. So their brother or whoever gave it to them will be blind, but their vision is going to come back even stronger. And once you do that, that's when you reach the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. When you transplant the eyes of someone who has Mangekyo Sharingan in their eyes, you transplant their eyes into yours of a close relative, that's when you get that advanced power. There's another favorite that I have, which is Gaara. I love Gaara so much. He's from the Sand Village, and he actually is a jinchuriki just like Naruto. So he actually is a jinchuriki just like Naruto, so Naruto is not alone when it comes to knowing what it's like to be a jinchuriki, because Gaara has the one tail beast trapped away inside of him, and that's why when he gets attacked, the sand defends him because of the beast inside of him. Okay, and so basically, this has been my summary of Naruto, just to get you encouraged to take a look at the show if you want, or you can read the manga, whatever you choose. But I hope this was a decent explanation and it goes over a few of the characters so that you can get acclimated to the different kinds of personalities that you can run into when watching the show. And I thank you so much for watching.